It all started with a penny. I was a kid who found a single cent on the sidewalk. Instead of spending it, I saved it. That penny became the seed for a lifelong experiment in compounding. I was inspired by stories of Warren Buffett and the snowball effect, so I made it my mission to always reinvest whatever I earned, no matter how small. The first step was learning about money. I read everything I could, books like The Intelligent Investor, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and The Millionaire Next Door. I learned that the most important factor in wealth building is how early you start being consistent. With my first investment, I started small. I did odd jobs, collected cans, and saved every penny. By the time I was a teenager, I had $100. I opened a custodial brokerage account and bought my first index fund, an S&P 500 ETF. I kept adding to it, even if it was just a few dollars at a time. In my early 20s, I worked part-time jobs and lived well below my means. Every paycheck, I put at least 50% into investments, broad market ETFs, some high-growth stocks, and eventually, a few well-researched options trades. I learned to negotiate every purchase, avoid high-interest debt, and chase value instead of hype. I used free budget apps to track every dollar. The real turning point came when I started a side business in college. I noticed a gap in the local market for affordable web design for small businesses. I started with almost nothing, reinvested every dollar of profit, and grew the business slowly. After a few years, I sold it for $50,000. Instead of spending the windfall, I rolled it all into my investment portfolio again, focusing on low-cost index funds, but also allocating a portion to emerging tech stocks and private startups I believed in. By my 30s, the portfolio had grown into the hundreds of thousands. I kept my lifestyle modest, avoided lifestyle inflation, and used every bonus or tax refund to buy more assets. I bought a discounted home in a developing neighborhood, fixed it up, and watched its value triple in a decade. I rented out rooms, generating extra cash flow that I funneled back into investments. I started angel investing in promising startups, using my experience and network to spot winners. One of those early investments was in a small fintech company that eventually went public. My $10,000 stake turned into $2 million almost overnight. By my 40s, I was managing a multi-million-dollar portfolio. I started a fund, attracting other investors, and took a small percentage as a management fee, which I also reinvested. After decades of compounding, reinvesting, and scaling up my investment in businesses, the portfolio crossed the billion-dollar mark. It wasn't a straight line. There were setbacks, bear markets, and mistakes along the way. But by sticking to the principles of value investing, diversification, living below my means, and letting compounding do its work, I turned a single cent into $1 billion.